Okay, so today we're going to talk about the element of value. What is value? It's a term that refers to how light or dark something is. So if we're looking at Frida's hair right here, it's darker than her dress right here. Frida's hair right here is darker than the cloud right here. Colors also have values. So if we're looking at Frida's dress right here, in this section, it's darker than the ground right here. Her heart, the red of her heart, is darker than the dull blue right here. What is value contrast? Contrast has to do with difference. So value contrast has to do with difference in value, the difference between two values. So an area of high contrast is evident right here between this cast shadow and the ground. So large difference in value. Now the difference in value between the cloud and the sky is low. It's low value contrast or lower value contrast. What is the value scale? The value scale is a system for organizing values. You're going to have white on one end, that's the lightest possible value, and you're going to have black on the other. That's the darkest possible value. Now, depending on the value scale you're looking at, this value scale may have 9 steps, it may have 7, it may have 13. The value in the middle, in this case 5, is the middle value. It's halfway between the lightest and the darkest value. So a design or an artwork can vary in how many, the range of values present. So in this work by Monet, there's a range of probably a 2 to I'd say a 6. So we're looking around here in the range of values presented. In this work by Mary Cassatt, we have a range of a 1 to a 9. Okay, we have a 9 right here and a 1 right about here, or maybe about 1.5 right here. In this work, we have a range of probably a 1 to a 4.5. Okay, it's about a 1 to 4.5. So an important use of value is to create the illusion of three-dimensional form, the illusion of volume. So as we know, we're working on a two-dimensional surface, so there's no actual volume, but through differences of value between lights and shadows is how this drawing right here creates the sense of there being an arm, okay? There being a three-dimensional arm. And it's through value that the reason this leg looks three-dimensional. So values can also be used to suggest space, and this through atmospheric perspective. So you'll notice in real life, if you go out and there's a large distance between objects, the objects will often get lighter the farther back they go. And the second thing that will happen is that their value contrast will decrease. And you can see that in this picture. So the mountain in the front has a greater difference between the lights and the darks than the mountain in the middle, than the mountain in the very back. Now these are effects that a viewer can see in real life, but when an artist or a designer recreates them in a picture, it also creates that sense of depth. So an artist has objects and then makes them gradually lighter, it'll suggest that the object is going farther and deeper into space. As well as the fact if an object is repeated and the object gets lower in contrast, it will suggest that the object that's lower in contrast is farther away in space.